Good morning. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County. This is the September 16, 2025 jail and arraignment calendar. Sorry, I'm running a little behind. I had to take a call this morning and it went a little longer than I anticipated that it needed to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call the calendar. We're going to start with the arraignment calendar. And once we have gone through that, we'll go to the jail calendar. I'm looking at this, and a lot of these are traffic offenses where there may not be an attorney present. In that case, you have a couple of options. So if you are wanting to represent yourself, you may. In that case, what you would do is the state would present their offer, the sentence that they would recommend to the court. If you wish to speak with them in the breakout room, I could do that also. And then if you all agree upon a plea, then you would be able to take that plea before the court. If you wish to have an attorney appointed to you, let me know at the time that I call your name. If you have an attorney that is not showing up on my calendar, but you've paid someone, engaged their services, let me know that also, because we can't go forward if you are represented by a counsel that is I just don't see them. But that you want to have them represent you, then we can work around that situation and tell you what we need to do next. But please let me know if you have hired someone to assist you with your case. First case on the calendar is Zulandria Anita Henry. Zulandria Anita Henry.
You can hear me?
I hear you now.
All right.
All right, so Ms. Henry, you're one of those people I'm talking about. I do not see an attorney listed on your case. You're charged with improper lane change, no tag expired or invalid tag, or no insurance. Do you wish to have an attorney appointed to you, or do you wish to represent yourself? This is a 2021 case, and the state may ask if you currently have those documents clear, so that may help with that.
Yeah, I'll get an attorney.
Do you want the court to appoint an attorney? Is that what you're saying?
Am I going to have to get another court date?
No, they're here.
Okay.
Also, you missed a court date at some point because I have you in bench warrant status. Either way, we can resolve that today, but you can speak with an attorney. I can appoint one if you wish to, and at the appropriate time, they'll either call you or they will be in a breakout room with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get an attorney.
So Mr. Lynch or Miss Tortorello. So Miss Henry, what I'm going to ask you to do is, do you know how to use the chat function for Zoom?
Yeah, I see the button.
So click on the chat function. Now this part is very important. If you see a name in a dark blue box and the name should be in white, you see that? It should say everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, click on where it says everyone. There's a little arrow that goes down. And when the list comes down, you're looking for the courtroom 304.
Okay, it came down, but I can't click it. It just say like new chat.
Okay, so put your first and last name, your email address, and your phone number in that box. And once they get it, they'll be able to call you, or they can request a breakout room with you. Either way, just keep your device muted until you're able to until they're able to come back and make a report on your behalf. Okay. I don't want to hear if they call you, like I don't want to hear what you're discussing with your attorney.
Okay, so you say put my email and my phone number down there?
Your first and last name, email, and phone number.
Okay.
And then hit enter. All right. So there's a gentleman here, Mr. Wheeler. Is it Mr. Wheeler? Gentleman here who's from one of the correctional institutions. Can we talk about
Yes,
him?
ma'am.
I don't want to hold y'all up. What's your name, sir?
Kadarius Carter.
Mr. Carter. Okay. Mr. Carter, I think you're on my jail case. Hold on. Jail calendar. All right, yes. So I have Kadarius Rashad Carter, who's before the court on a 2021 speeding case. So this was speeding 31 to 34 miles per hour over the limit. And just so that we don't hold up the correctional institution, thank you for making this possible. Officer Hemmings, thank you so much for that. Mr. Wheeler, you can ask for an attorney to be appointed to you if you need to, and talk to them about a breakout room. We talk to them through the breakout room, or you can speak directly to the state if you wish to represent yourself. The Solicitor Bing is here on behalf of the state.
All right. Yeah, I would like to. I don't need no attorney. I like to represent myself.
Okay. Are you over 21, Mr. Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Bing, if you could tell Mr. Carter what your recommendation is for his speeding 31 to 34 miles per hour over the limit.
Yes. He was doing a 99 and a 65, so it's 12 months probation, which can suspend after he completes a defensive driving course. It is the recommendation. Well,
Mr. Wheeler, let me ask you. Mr. Carter, let me ask you this:
Yes.
How do you know? Do you currently have a release date?
Yeah, April 6, 2031. I've been incarcerated almost 5 years already. See, I was going to ask the state if they'll do some incarceration.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
Ms.
doesn't.
Bing.
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, so
this recommendation doesn't make any sense if he's in prison.
Yeah. So can we do some form of time served?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me just look up. When was, do you know offhand what date you became in custody? Came into custody? I can try to look it up myself. Mr. Carter?
Mr. Carter, do you know your incarceration date? Okay, you're talking, but I'm not hearing you. Something went wrong with the volume or the audio? Oh, it's still not hearing you.
Because I don't see it in our system. He also is flashing wanted.
Well,
he probably would be, because I think before he came back to us,
it was
he got
April
sent
6,
away.
2021.
I'm sorry.
2021.
Okay, 2021. June. I thought he said June 6th.
Yeah, April 6, 2000. April 6. This thing messing up.
That's okay.
Yeah, April 6. It's saying no network.
It's just stopped. It's better now, but there's a little bit of a glitch, but it's better.
Okay, it's April 6, 2021.
Okay. So yeah, absolutely convert this to time served. I don't. We can say it's 30 days, and then he's already done that.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Carter, the state is offering 30 days credit for time served, balance to be suspended, and that will end the case. Would that be something that you're willing to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Raise your right hand, sir. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, you can put your hand down. You're over the age of 21.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down, sir.
It's down. It's down. It's just froze, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's just froze, I'm guessing.
Okay. There you go. All right. You have chosen to represent yourself, and you're entering a plea of, well, you probably don't want to use a NOLO plea if you don't need to. Did you wish to use a NOLO or a guilty?
Guilty plea.
All right. So you're entering a plea of guilty to speeding 31 to 34 miles per hour over the limit. By doing so, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, Mr. Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you stipulate to the facts, or do you wish to hear us read out the facts?
I stipulate. I understand.
All right. So the recommendation in this case is 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended. And Mr. Carter, that
Yes,
should
ma'am.
resolve this matter for you.
Okay, I appreciate you, ma'am.
All right, thanks. I don't know what your title is. I say Officer Hemmings, but if it's Warden Hemmings or Deputy Warden, I apologize if I'm
She
not
ain't,
using the correct title. But
she ain't even in here.
yeah, she's on though. Thank you for making it possible, because she worked with us to get you here. Okay. All right. So thank you, and thank you for the officers who made this possible. All right. So Mr. Carter, you're free to go at this time, sir. You can go back.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right. All right. So back to the arraignment calendar. Errol Liddell Jones. Mr. Jones also does not have an attorney, driving on a suspended license, no license, and window tint violation. Errol Jones. Is he in the courtroom? Last call for Errol Liddell Jones,
I'm here.
or Liddell Jones.
I'm present.
Oh, wait, I'm not seeing.
I'm using my wife's Zoom. It's under Lenona Jones. I'm present though.
Oh, well, okay. All right. So you're charged with driving a suspended or revoked license, driving on a suspended or revoked license, no license, and tinting violation. Did you wish to have an attorney, or did you wish to represent yourself and hear from the state what the offer is?
I'll represent myself, Your Honor.
All right, you're over 21.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Bing.
So sorry, give me 1 second. You know this is not my normal courtroom or my case. I got thrown in today. Give me 1 quick second.
Okay.
I want to check his his charges are driving with license suspended, no license, and tinted windows. My question to him is whether or not, if we can start with the easiest thing, did you get your tinted windows fixed?
I have a exemption for window tint, Your Honor, ma'am. I have it here. It was approved on February the 2nd of 2023.
Okay.
And,
is that something that you can submit and that I can see?
I have it right here. If you have an email address, I can email it to you.
Yes, I do.
She's gonna put her email address in the chat. So what that's gonna mean for you is you're gonna be looking at the chat or at your screen. There should be a red box with a white number in it, or you should go to the chat function. But if she sends you a chat, it should pop up on your screen as like a red box with a white number. So once you send that to them, and go ahead and ask Mr. Jones for whatever else information that you need. I know
yes,
we're talking.
What I'd like to do is, because I'm looking at his history, and it looks like there's child, there's, I don't want to say out loud, but there looks like there's some room for some grace based on his history. And so I just want to check to see if his license is still suspended. So if you could just give me 1 quick second.
So Mr. Jones, go ahead and start the process of sending that to her when you get the email address. And then I'm going to mute you. And when we come back to you, then she'll have had time to look you up.
All right, fine.
All right, thank you. All right, next is Satia Lewis Thomas. Satia Lewis Thomas.
Yes, I'm here.
So, ma'am, I also see that you're not represented by counsel. You're here for suspended registration and no tag or expired or invalid tag. Did you wish to represent yourself or did you wish to have an attorney represent you?
Represent myself.
All right. Have you gotten these things taken care of?
I'm not sure which car that is because that was back in 2023 or 2022. I have a completely different car and tag.
Do you have your tag current?
Yes,
And do you have your registration current? So like
yes,
the
on my
decal.
current car.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in a moment, Ms. Bing is going to speak to you about what she's willing to offer in the case, and then we'll make a decision about what you want to do. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to mute you just so that we don't hear background noise.
Okay.
All right. And the Angelica Lozano, Matthew McNally is who I have as her attorney. I have Mr. Lozano filed a waiver, but this is for PTI status. So
I excused Mr. McNally because his client did enter the PTD.
say that
diversion.
last part again for me, Ms. Fab.
Yes, she was accepted in the PTD, the pretrial
Oh, great.
diversion
Thank
program.
you.
So I excused.
All right, so I have PTI acceptance for that. Next is Carol Marie Morrow. Carol Marie Morrow.
It's one more before your judge. Sharon Tipton.
I'm sorry, she what now?
It's one more case right after Lorenzo is. Did you see it?
I had Carol Morrow.
Ms. Val, Sharon Tipton is a witness on that case.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but I don't see Miss Morrow and I haven't heard her respond. No, is she in the courtroom? Okay, for Morrow, I've had 2 notices returned, August 19th, 2025, August 20, 2025. So Miss Morrow has a bond, so it'll be a bench warrant bond forfeiture. Kareem Muhammad Red. Kareem Muhammad Red. All right, I see Mr. Red. You got to unmute for me. Here, let me send you a prompt and that might help. There you go. All right, so I have that you're before the court on a truck lane violation. Mr. Red, I always give people this speech at the beginning of formal arraignments, is that if you have a CDL and you are not already informed as to how a plea or a conviction will affect you and your ability to continue to drive and earn a living, you may want to investigate that. If so, you can sign up for a not guilty plea. And while you're preparing for trial, then you can figure all of that out. And when you come back for trial, if you wish to take a plea at that time instead of going to trial, we can do that. But I just don't want you to lose your ability to earn a living and not understand what's going on. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you have a truck lane violation. If you're fine with discussing it, if you want to have an attorney represent you, we can appoint one. But I do want to make sure you're aware of, we're not able to tell you what effect this may have on your CDL. And I'm not saying that it will have a negative effect. I just don't know. We don't know.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Okay, so you got to tell me something. Do you need an attorney?
Oh,
Do you want to enter a plea of not guilty and figure it out before you come back to us? What do you want to do?
well, I wanted to enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay,
But,
now, Mr. Red, this is what I need you to know. Don't just enter the not guilty plea and forget about it. If you enter the not guilty plea, it's to prepare for trial and you will get a trial notice. and it's to determine whether you can take a plea or go to trial without jeopardizing your license. So you need to do both those things. Don't come back to court and say, well, I didn't check on it, or I'm not ready for trial. Because when you get the trial notice, then it means you're ready to go to trial. Now, you can have a trial by just a judge, or you can have a trial before a judge and a jury. But I do warn you that if you don't have an attorney in a trial, especially in a jury trial where you have to navigate so many other things, then you may be at a disadvantage. You got me? So it's a lot of things for you to think about.
Yeah, that's a lot. What can I just plead NOLO?
If you have a NOLO available to you, I don't have a problem with that, as long as you're comfortable with it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
If
Your
you give
Honor.
me a second, I can check to see if he has a NOLO available.
Okay, so Ms. Bing is going to check and make sure that you have a NOLO available to you, because you can only use them once every 5 years. And if you do, I'm fine with you entering a NOLO plea if that's what you want to do. But I just wanted to make sure that you're aware, because I don't, we have CDL drivers who have in the past who've come and they've made a decision and they've entered a plea or they've gone to trial, but they have not understood what effect it might have. But
he has a NOLO available.
Okay, so you do have a NOLO available to you. Did you want to take that plea right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2022 CR 07726 for a truck lane violation. You're entering a plea of NOLO. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Red?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes. On July 29, 2022 in Clayton County, Mr. Red was driving a truck over 6 wheels that's required to stay in the right 2 lanes, but was in the left lane. The state's recommendation is $150 fine.
All right. So Mr. Red, the $150 fine would be something like $242 with the surcharges. Did you wish to have more than 30 days to pay? I can give you up to 60 days to pay, and you have the option of paying in person, online, or by phone.
I can pay within 30 days. I have a question. By me playing the NOLO, that wouldn't put the points on my license, would it?
NOLO should avoid points on your license per the Georgia Department of Driver Services. So generally a NOLO, when entered and you don't have any other NOLOs within the last 5 years, would avoid the points on your license.
But that moving violation would still be there. It'll still show up on my PSP report.
I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I would believe it would show up, but it would show up where it's a NOLO. And a NOLO means that you're not admitting guilt. You're maintaining your innocence. You're just understanding that the state has evidence they could use against you that could result in a conviction. But generally a NOLO avoids points. Now, I don't know about, this is what I was saying about, we can't advise you when it comes to a CDL because we don't do that type of law and we can't give advice. What I can tell you is if you have a NOLO available, that helps you avoid points on your license.
What, can I just say this? I was actually in that left lane trying to avoid an accident. Car jumped in front of me, taking away my stopping distance. So then the state trooper, we were looking dead at me, and he jumped out the lane. It's right there coming out the tunnel where you're going to the domestic flight area where it always get a congestion right there, and they jump out the fast lane. and they jump right in front of you, and I'm in my tractor trailer. I'm fully loaded. So to keep from sliding and hitting that car and 5 other cars, I jumped in the left lane because it came out the left lane, and another truck got behind me, but he was able to get back over before I was able to get back over. And also, he knew it. He saw everything. He still gave me the ticket. I guess he was having a bad day.
Well, I mean, I can't judge what the trooper did. I do know that individuals play with trucks, and I say all the time that people expect trucks to stop on a dime, but y'all need a whole $5, as one of my judge friends says. And
Right.
people they play with their lives when it comes to on the roads and with trucks. Now, Mr. Red, I can't change the offense. If you wanted to go to trial, that would be fine. I mean, in light of what you've said, I can suspend the fine, meaning you wouldn't have to pay anything, but I can't remove that offense.
Oh. Oh.
So now it's up to you if you want to go to trial. And I don't know if your truck has video or whatever, you may want to present whatever you have at trial.
Yeah, that's why I say that's been so long. It's been over 4 years ago when that happened. So
I got
I'm not even with that company anymore. When I was driving that truck.
Like I said, in light
Okay.
of what you have going on, the best I can do is accept the NOLO and suspend the fines, which means you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, Mr. Red, I'll accept your NOLO plea. The fine of $100 will be suspended. And sir, I wish you safe travels on those roads. I tell people all the time that when it's a trucker, don't try and exploit that gap. Give them as much space as possible.
Your Honor, it was 150, so I didn't want you to suspend only 100 and then.
Oh, thank you, 150.
Yeah.
All right. So
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
This gentleman will need a
Bench
set
warrant.
aside.
Okay. And if I was in the Miss Powell, can you get me a bench warrant set aside so Miss Bing can kind of focus on what she needs to do? And I know Miss Arnold is helping her because this is not her general calendar of things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Tipton should be jumping in after calendar call as well. He just
that's fine.
Available. All right.
Okay. Thank you for
Sure.
Would you name the defendant's last name, please?
This would be Mr. Kareem Muhammad Redd, R-E-D-D.
Thank you.
All right, so Mr. Redd, what will happen is I'm going to do a bench warrant set aside. If you need a copy of it, it will be filed with the clerk's office. And here's the new easy thing that they've done for us. If you go to the state court clerk website, so Clayton County State Court Clerk, they have a QR code, and you can scan the QR code and it will explain how to get documents if you need copies.
Okay.
All right, because I know you might need some for work.
Yeah. Because I'm out here now. I'm in Memphis, and I was going to ask you about how long did that take for it to go through the system? Because I've been right.
I'm gonna sign it today. I'm gonna sign it in the next few minutes. Sir, I'm going to sign it in the next few minutes on my computer. And so it'll go in as soon as I hit send. Okay, you're frozen. I hope you heard.
I couldn't hear you. The headset went out. You said come again?
I said I'm going to sign it electronically on my tablet as soon as Ms. Powell gives it to me, and then I'm going to hit send, and it's going to go immediately to the clerk's office, okay? So we're going to get that taken care of before the end of the day.
Okay, thank you, Yana.
All right, be safe, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's revisit Henry Jones and Lewis Thomas.
I can go now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Be safe.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, Henry.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lynch, do you all need a do you all need a breakout room or what?
No, Judge, but I'm going to step out and call her right now.
Okay, so Miss Henry, it's very important. Keep your device muted while you're talking to Mr. Lynch, okay? Okay. All right, because I don't want to hear what you all discuss. Okay. Now, next is Jones. Have we determined what's going on with Mr. Jones, Miss Bing?
Yes. So his license is still suspended. I did let him know in the chat that the recommendation is $500 for that one charge. He did send me the documentation that corroborates his claim about the tent. So we're dismissing that charge. And then the second charge, no license, will dismiss. So he's only left with driving with license suspended. Because it's still suspended, we have to go forward.
So, Mr. Jones,
time to pay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is he NOLO eligible on that one?
Yes, I believe I told him that he was.
Okay, so the NOLO would help you avoid a further suspension of your license. So once you're done, once you clear up this one, you wouldn't have to face another suspension. Did you wish to use the NOLO, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you wish to take the plea at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So raise your right hand for me, Mr. Jones. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on 2023 CR 00372 Errol Liddell Jones, driving on a suspended or revoked license, count 1, no license, count 2, tinting violation, count 3, count 2 and 3 will be no pros, and you're entering a plea of NOLO to count 1. By doing so, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes. On September 10th, 2022, officers observed a Ford Taurus with illegal tent. Officers approached, ran his ID, and found that he was suspended, which placed him in violation of driving while license suspended. As I said before, the state is not going forward with counts 2 and 3. However, for count 1, the state is recommending a $500 fine.
Right. So, Mr. Jones, the fine with the surcharges, the total is going to be $737.50. I can give you up to 60 days to pay without putting you on probation. If you need additional time, we have a probation option called paid only probation, which means your 2 requirements would be that you would report to probation as directed and pay the fines and fees. But as soon as you completed payment of the fines and fees, probation would terminate. So if you paid everything in the first month, the 3rd month, the 12th month, it terminates once you have paid everything. So, sir, did you wish to do this within 60 days or did you wish to have 12 months probation?
Within 60 days, Your Honor.
All right. So the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is in the chat function, you see where chat is?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you see where Miss Bing's name is, ASG Bing?
Yes, ma'am.
Click on that blue box for me and a menu should pull down. And you're looking for Amanda at the top of the list. You're looking for Amanda Wright, R-Y-T-E. Do you see Miss Wright?
No, ma'am.
What do you see? Do you see the pull down menu?
I just see the conversation that Miss ASG Bing and I had.
Okay, click on where her name is. Her name should be highlighted in blue.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you see anything?
No, ma'am.
I'll send him a
Could you please?
chat. Yeah, absolutely.
I think they changed something. They do updates and I gotta relearn it. All right, so when Ms. Wright sends you a chat, you're gonna reply with your email address. She's gonna send you your sentencing sheet with the email address. And when you get that, if you don't see it in a day or two, check your spam folders. But when you get that, it's gonna explain how to pay by coming into the building on the second floor or by paying online or by phone. So read those instructions carefully, okay?
Okay, and I'm looking for something from Amanda.
Right. RYTE. Yes.
All right. And in that information, it will have the total amount.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it'll say $500, but I always tell people what the amount is plus the surcharges. I've memorized a bunch of them. Not all of them.
It will have the total amount.
Oh, it'll have okay, thanks, Ms. Wright, because I don't actually see what y'all saying, but thank you so much for that. So yeah, it will have the total.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So once you get your email address, go ahead and take care of that. Don't wait till the end of the 60 days. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. And you're free to go at this time, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. And did we have an announcement on Lewis Thomas? You muted, Miss Bean.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Really fast, did we do Lateef that last case?
Did we do what now? No, we haven't. We didn't get there. I'm sorry, because we had a couple of other cases.
Okay.
Carol, Mr. Red. Then I have Elizabeth Roman. That case is closed. And Mr. Lateef Shobaloju. He's supposed to be here today for a plea.
Your
Does
Honor,
anybody know? Yes.
he's here with his attorney, Your Honor.
Okay. You all can come on up and we'll do that while Miss Bing is still working on Miss Lewis Thomas. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Shobaloju, am I getting close? Tell me how to pronounce it.
It's Shobaloju.
Shobaloju. All right.
Okay.
So, I can hear you.
Okay, Your Honor, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we've had a change in the plea arrangement. My client has refused to take a plea and wants to go forward with a trial schedule instead.
Okay, so we will put him on the next available trial calendar. Just so you know, Mr. Shobaloju, you may not go to trial immediately if you come in for trial and we have active cases or active inmate cases or older cases, the court may have to prioritize those cases. But you should be prepared, and in court, trial takes place in court where you are now. And so you and your attorney should be prepared. Please understand that your attorney has a responsibility to continue to communicate with the state so that he can hear other offers or receive any discovery that may be outstanding. So he will continue to communicate with him and relay any changes to you. But I'm going to accept your plea today of not guilty, and we will put you on the next available trial calendar, okay? Now, what I need to remind you of is you're charged with offenses that come with bond conditions. These bond conditions require you to not have contact with the people who are listed on your bond conditions. If you are not aware of who those people are, persons or people, you need to go downstairs to the first floor before you leave this building to the state court clerk's office and get a copy of your bond conditions. Here's what could happen if you violate your bond conditions. If you have contact in any way, any form, social media, through a third party carrying a message between you, in any way, if you have contact with the person who is listed on your bond conditions, you could be rearrested and have your bond revoked. You could remain in jail until such time as your case is resolved. You could also be charged with additional misdemeanors, punishable by up to 12 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, or both, or you could be charged with felonies, particularly the felony of aggravated stalking, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, or both. Do you understand these admonitions, Mr. Shoboloju?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so like I said, if you don't know what your bond conditions are, I would advise you before you leave the building to get a copy from the clerk's office on the first floor. All right? And is it Mr. Bokai Dankwa?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did I say it right?
Very close, Your Honor. That's good.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
It's Boachi Dankwa.
Wati Dankwa.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. I love your vest. That's beautiful.
Well, thank you. May we be excused?
Yes. Now, Mr. Boki Denkwa, make sure that you get any outstanding discovery, because I know this was set up initially as a plea. If there's a discovery to be had, or if everything hasn't been exchanged, then go ahead and make sure that you make that request and get that from the solicitor's office. I can't tell you what trial date this will have, but I don't want you to not have the information you need to go to trial.
Judge, he's set for Monday for trial.
Oh, okay. So y'all are ready. We'll be in court Monday. Shoot for 9:30 so that you can avoid the lines.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I didn't know this was coming off of the current trial calendar. All right, so
Can I take a plea, Judge? At Latif?
he came in to take a plea. That was what was scheduled, but then he decided to go to trial.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so we still have Miss Henry and Miss Lewis Thomas. I'm going to go ahead and start calling the jail calendar and get announcements from the attorneys.
And Your Honor, if the state could please send over the accusation and police report on Miss Henry's case. Miss Bing, I provided you with our information.
I got Miss Henry.
All right, thanks.
Sorry, really fast. If Miss Lewis Thomas, I think is she represented? She's not, right?
No.
No, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
she was representing herself.
Yes, I sent you a message if you want to check the chat. I'm sorry, I was multitasking, and so I missed what happened with Latif. I heard he was the gentleman that was just on there, right?
Yes, he has chosen to go to trial, so he'll be on the trial calendar for Monday. And,
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
so I'm going to go ahead and call the jail calendar. This is the September 16th, 2025 jail arraignment calendar. The first person on the calendar is Brooks Anthony Lamar Brooks. Mr. Brooks is here for a probation revocation. Mr. Brooks has 2 cases on that probation revocation.
Judge, that's going to be we're going to stipulate and accept the recommendation from the probation office on Mr. Brooks.
All right. The next case is Mr. Carter. We've already taken his plea. So that case is resolved. Jamal Diggs, D-I-G-G-S, Jamal Diggs.
Judge, he made bond, it appears, not in our custody at this time. So I think he needs to be for date.
All right, Mr. Diggs is OTB. Johnny Lamont Eubanks, that also is a petition.
Judge, we would like to stipulate and accept the recommendation from the probation office. I did want to share some information with you privately, but the announcement is stipulate and accept.
Okay,
Just in terms of what was announced the previous time where his case was continued is ongoing, and I was gonna see if there was a way to avoid
okay, well, let's talk about it. We'll do a breakout room. We'll do a breakout room, and by that time, we'll wait until Mr. Tipton is here because he may remember what it was we discussed.
Actually, I think he's on the call. If you want to give us 30 seconds to switch off, then that works too.
That's fine.
Okay.
Garrett, I'll hold for a second and then I'll continue calling the calendar. Somebody pointed out that I sound hoarse. I sound that way to myself too. For some reason, this transition from from summer into fall always gets me, whatever the pollen is that we have now.
It's got me too, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about this time of year, but as soon as it starts to get a little bit cool, my sinuses go haywire. All right, so because we have Ms. Tolles here, I want to make sure that we are using her time efficiently. I see that we have two individuals on the calendar, Mr. Ismaili Perez and Mr. maybe more, I just saw two, Alfredo Vasquez. Okay. Do those individuals need Ms. Tolles' assistance, or are they bilingual?
Your Honor, they do not need Ms. Tolles' assistance.
Okay, Ms. Tolles, was there anyone else that you were here for?
No, Your Honor, those were the only two names I saw that might possibly have a need.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. Let me let you go and assist others.
All right, have a great day, everyone.
All right, you too. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Your Honor, I'm on and ready at the court's convenience. And Ms. Bing was nice enough to give me everything from the jail calendar.
Mr. Tipton? Hey, is there any way you can send me the accusation and police report for Mr. Vasquez's second case? It's a battery fan bio. It's on the jail calendar.
Okay, no problem, Miss Tortorello. I will walk that down to you momentarily.
Thank you. We got 2 copies of his first case, so.
I apologize, Miss Tortorello. It appears that, okay, you got 2 copies of the first case?
Yes, the first case fine. It's just the second one.
Okay, We already got, so, can you confirm that we sent the second one? And if not, I'll walk it down because Miss Arnold sent me a message saying that she already sent it.
Yeah, I got 2 copies of 2022 CR 01033.
One moment, please. Heading down now, man.
All right, so we'll continue the call of the calendar for the jail calendar. Derek Dion Jones. So this is a SSD is pending for Mr. Jones, and he also has current charges.
He OTB, Judge. I don't see him active.
Okay, is Jones OTB confirmed?
That's my understanding, Judge. He's not listed as an active inmate.
All right.
Here.
Judge, this SSD is not due until the 23rd of this month.
Okay, cool. All right, so by the time we see him, he will have paid or he's gonna owe it. Kenneth Say Mahone.
Judge, he's on loan. I believe he's in the hospital.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to talk about that one.
Yeah, I believe I reached to the state, and I'll whether they would be willing to do a unsecured release. I know the sheriff office had contacted me about something that I was not able to do for them, but
Yeah, that. Yeah, we're gonna talk. Shakia Renee McKnight. So McKnight has a probation revocation.
yes, Judge. I have spoken to Ms. McKnight. One of the issues that I'm trying to figure out is that listed, she's held on something that would be handled in Superior Court. And it's not a usual charge that she would have. And so I believe she goes to court on that tomorrow. You know, I'm not extremely hopeful, but if for some reason that's not gonna stick, then maybe I could ask for something along the lines of what Miss McKnight is hoping for. But as it is right now, you know that.
Okay, Mr. Lynch, I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying, Judge,
you want to move it until next week so she can.
I think that's ultimately, she's not going to be happy about it, but I think it's ultimately the best thing to do because, Judge, you know, she's not going to be going anywhere for a while if that charge stays there. Just
okay. So yeah.
And Your Honor, so you're aware, she just had a prelim this morning that that I handled. She will. There was probable cause, and it was bound over to Superior Court. Our office has not yet accused the file because it's still we're still pending the orders from Magistrate Court.
You mean State Court or Superior Court? Because I'm talking about.
So I don't know if she's got anything in Superior Court, but I have handled some. But she does have new charges in State Court. Those
Okay.
You're
saying she has something in Superior Court, Mr. Lynch.
But you know what, but just keeping in what we're dealing with, it probably makes sense to handle her new charge with her probation violation as well, as far as her state court charge. But there is something holding her in that would be a felony.
All right, Ms. Val, can we push this 1 week or 2 weeks? 2 weeks or 1 week?
He's in the hospital.
We could do 1 week. What is it that he's asking?
Well, the only issue is they have a new case coming up from Magistrate Court, and I don't know if 1 week is enough.
Okay, you want to put it on the 30th of September?
Okay, thank you. So she'll be back up 9:30. All right, Darius O'Neill Morton.
Did we ever find Morton? Yes, we did. Judge, I need to conference with Mr. Morton. He was brought up late.
Okay, Ismaili Perez.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea.
On both?
Both cases. Negotiated plea.
All right. Alexander Porter Terry's.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea.
Did I say it right?
I believe so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you. No, that actually.
Next is Jessica Speaks.
Your Honor, that's a negotiated plea.
I'm talking about felony. We don't do felony,
Okay. Brandon Lanier Turner.
Judge, we are going to stipulate to a violation and ask the court to accept the recommendation from the probation office.
Alfredo Vasquez.
This first case, Your Honor, is a negotiated plea. I will have to conference on a second.
Okay. Gerard Clifton Williams.
Your Honor, we are stipulating to the failure to avoid injurious and vicious habits and failure to pay and violation only.
Okay, so
We're
we
going.
say stip to technicals only. All right, Kaji Jakari Williams.
Judge, that's going to be a negotiated plea.
Randy Meshay Woods.
Judge, that's also going to be a negotiated plea. I would note on one of those cases, I believe 2022 CR 08292, there is a co-defendant where Lister and Holt is appointed to represent, and I believe that is either not a conflict or a conflict that Mr. Griffin would be willing to waive, and he is present in the courtroom, and if the state is willing, he's willing to go ahead and resolve his case today as well. If the court, of course, if the court is willing to entertain that. It's just the same charge.
It's up to the state.
Your Honor, I've stepped away from my office to give Ms. Tortorella some documents that weren't sent to her previously. I'll have to run back to my office and see if we have his file handy. If not, I'll request it from Ms. Arnold and we'll try to get it wrapped up today.
Okay, sounds good. And the last case on the jail calendar is Benjamin James Weish.
And Judge, I believe that person is out on bond.
Alrighty.
And
what we got left. So Brooks is, can we start with the probation revocations?
yes, Judge, as far as we're concerned, yes.
And then we need to have a conference about Mahone. All right, who's up first?
We can go ahead and do Mr. Brooks.
Don't forget that we still have the Ms. Henry and Ms. Lewis from the arraignment calendar.
And so, Judge, Ms. Henry is going to be a negotiated plea. I did end up speaking to her and working that out. And then I think Ms. Lewis is representing herself, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Ms. Bing was checking on something for her.
Yes, so she went out. So what I discovered was that her license is now good. So I'm gonna drop that charge. She just sent me proof of her updated registration. She just sent it because it was she went outside and took a long walk to go get her stuff. So she just sent it. I just need to check if this is the same car.
Okay. I think she said she has a new car since the incident.
Oh, did she? Okay. Well, it looks like it is now up to date. So I'm going to drop those. Well, that's the whole case. So I'm going to drop that.
So the court will go ahead and accept the no pros on behalf of the state for Ms. Lewis Is she back? Miss Lewis, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at your paperwork
Yes,
right
I'm
now.
back.
Okay, so your case is gonna be no process, ma'am. You're free to go at this time. Just remember, it's always easier to keep your documents in working order and have to come to court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care, ma'am.
All right, you too. Thank you, Ms. Bean.
You're welcome. You take care.
Judge, she will need a set aside as well.
All right, let's go ahead and get the bench warrant set aside for Ms. Thomas, Lewis
And Your Honor,
Thomas.
I think that concludes my business with the court. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you so much for sitting in with us.
Yes, not at all. Nice to see you again. Take care.
Thank you, Ms. Bean. You're the best.
And Mr. Tipton down there handling those prelims.
Yes, Your Honor. Normally I'm done before jail, but couldn't get it done this time.
I get it. I've been there. I have some prelim experience. All right, Mr. Brooks, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Ms. Chang, I'm looking, oh, here it is. I'm sorry. I saw his documents, but I didn't see his petition, but now I do. So, Mr. Brooks, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Anthony Lamar Brooks, 2025 CR 00998. And the second case is 2025 CR 00021. You're before the court for a revocation of probation. You were convicted of the offense or pled to the offense of battery, family violence, simple battery, family violence on the 18th day of March, 2025, and you were sentenced to 24 months, 18 months on probation after serving 180 days in jail. And you have 24 days remaining on the case 2025 CR 00998, followed by 12 months consecutive on case 2025 CR 0021 on probation. Your sentence was told because somehow you stopped reporting. So we have that you failed to report on 9/8/2025 for a revocation hearing. So you were previously scheduled to walk in for a revocation hearing and you did not appear. You have failed to report to probation on June 11th, 2025, July 8th, 2025, August 6th, 2025, August 14th, 2025. You last reported on July 9th of 2025. You failed to complete a clinical evaluation as the court directed you. You failed to document proof of participating in a family violence intervention program. You have documented 0 of 24 classes, and you failed to pay. You're currently $280 in arrears. Mr. Lynch, tell me what's going on.
So from speaking to my client, he has fallen on hard times. He did explain to me that he actually had to sell the title to his truck to pay rent, and he hasn't, he hasn't had a reliable source of transportation. We're not trying to use that as an excuse, but just kind of explaining how we got into this situation, Judge. And he hasn't been able to pay for the classes as well. We are going to ask the court to accept what Ms. Chang is recommending in this case.
All right, Ms. Chang, what's your recommendation? First, let's ask some questions. Mr. Brooks, what did you do for a living prior to this all happening?
Well, I was working at J&H fireplace repairs, but my insurance ran out of my car, so I couldn't keep driving out with Fayetteville, taking a chance.
Okay, and you do what kind of repairs, sir?
We rebuild fireplaces, ma'am.
Fireplaces?
Yes, ma'am. Chimneys and fireplaces.
Okay, and were you able to, I guess, connect with anyone else who does that work, who may be willing to transport you to the jobs?
No, ma'am. People that I work for all live in different areas. I'm the only one that stayed in Clayton County.
All right. Okay, Ms. Chang, what's your recommendation on these cases?
Morning, Your Honor. Probation recommends that 60 days be revoked. Credit since he was arrested on September the 10th, suspend the balance and close both cases.
Closing both battery cases?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
We're closing both battery cases?
The second,
Where's the alleged victim in this case?
I'm sorry,
it's
Who's the alleged
Sure.
victim?
My wife,
Yeah, I don't know that this works for me. Because, I mean, we'll close the case, that means that ends the supervision. I don't think I would have done consecutive unless there was a reason for it. At the time that I sentenced him, I thought 24 months was an appropriate sentence. Now we're saying 60 days. I could have done that in the beginning.
and not to disagree with what you're stating, Judge, he did do 180 days as part of the sentence, I believe. But I know that doesn't necessarily change your point. I'm just pointing that out.
That's not. I just don't think, I have this issue about closing a case that involves a victim without at least some consultation as to whether there's a reason to continue it.
Well,
Your Honor, if the state may be heard.
State may be heard.
Your Honor, in cases like this, the state has the same concerns that the court has. He did do 180 days on the previous case. He has 24 days remaining on this case, but a consecutive 12 months on this case. I believe that Ms. Chang, and Ms. Chang can correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe that her recommendation is based on the belief that the defendant is not a good probation candidate. And I agree with her that if that's her reason, I agree with that. Having not completed a single family violence intervention program course, class, having not reported in several months, the state's recommendation in this case would be to revoke 180 days and close both cases, or no less than 180 days.
and
Yeah, I got issues, Mr. Lynch, because things are starting to come back to me from this, and I just don't. Yeah, and they're kids too. Are they kids? Is this the case I'm remembering?
No,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I got issues. I'm not comfortable, and I get that he may not be a good probation candidate, but something has to happen.
So, Judge, from speaking to Mr. And I should have mentioned this earlier, from speaking to my client, initially he did inform me that he had just gotten a new job, correct? And
Close to the house, so I'll be close to.
and we were, asking to accept the recommendation because we thought it was in his best interest based on what that was. However,
Has a job now, is what you're saying?
correct. Tell her about your job.
Well, okay. Well, why did y'all leave with the sob story and not tell me that he actually has a job?
Well, Judge, I mean,
Well, I don't know if I got it now because I've been to him.
Okay, because all I heard was the truck broke down. I mean, it was a country song. The truck broke down. He lost his truck. He lost his job. I mean, come on, people. Just tell me tell me where we are. Because if he has a job that he can get to, then he can do all of this stuff on probation.
Right, Judge. And I would have asked for him to be reinstated. However, based on what the recommendation was, and, we had thought that.
How long has he spent in jail?
At this point, you've been here about a week.
Okay, he hasn't done anything to violate any of the provisions regarding not causing harm or not getting a new offenses. So, Ms. Chang, I usually trust I always trust what you recommend. But in this case, I'm gonna need him to do a little bit more time. I'll go ahead and give him credit for the time served. He's gonna continue on probation and this new job. You're gonna go ahead and get started on this new job and start doing some of the things that I asked you to do, because it doesn't make any sense. How many days did he serve?
Looks like 6 days.
All right.
And Your Honor, the condition of the clinical evaluation and the FIP are on the first case that expires on October the 2nd. Do you
I'm gonna
want those
modify
conditions
it.
to be continued on the
Yeah,
consecutive case?
yes, the court is gonna modify the probation to require that all of the special conditions not addressed in the first 12 months should be addressed in the consecutive 12 months.
Thank you, Your Honor. And with regard to the evaluation, the behavioral health assessment that he had completed at Clayton Center on July 3rd, that was one of the documents that I sent over. Would that be accepted in lieu of the clinical evaluation?
It will.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And one other thing I wanted to ask, the original court orders did not indicate no contact or no harassing violent contact with the victim.
They should have.
According to the accusation, is Charlene Henderson.
Yeah, I remember. Because something about Columbus, Georgia keeps coming back to me. Was there a Columbus, Georgia element in these facts?
I believe they're from Columbus, Georgia. Is that?
No, they weren't from.
Oh, that's where my client.
I knew it. Charlene Henderson?
She from Carrollton, Georgia.
You said it was a clinical evaluation that was done by Clayton State?
By Clayton Center on July the 3rd. And he was referred to medication management and group psychotherapy.
All right, you need to do what the Clayton Center tells you to do. Let's see, by September 25th. I'm gonna give you some time to get this job under your belt. So defendant shall return to probation with credit for time served. Defendant shall complete all of the special conditions of probation as ordered on the first case during his consecutive 12 months. There shall be no contact with Charlene Henderson. The court will accept the Clayton Center clinical evaluation, and then defendant shall begin medication management and group therapy by September 25th, 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, if I may give him an appointment for this
Yes, ma'am.
Thursday. So, Mr. Brooks, you need to report on September the 18th at 1:45 p.m.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, sir. Listen to me. If you ever want to get your family back and get your life back intact, you need to do the things I'm asking you to do. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
Hey, you heard her.
Yes.
What do you want? Hold on, let's get through the probation. Gerard Williams, right? And then we'll do Mr. Turner next.
Ms. Powell, can I get a bench warrant set aside for Miss Lewis Thomas too, please? She's on the arraignment calendar.
Your Honor, if I may please the court,
Yeah,
Mr. Gerard Williams is before you.
okay. Mr. Williams, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, one moment.
And Your Honor, we're only stipulating to the failure to pay violation and the failure to avoid injurious and vicious habits. And we would like to go before you non-negotiated and discuss the other violations.
Okay. Mr. Carmichael, is this yours? You ready?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
All right, so this is State of Georgia versus Gerard Clifton Williams, case 2021 CR 06977. Mr. Williams, you were before this court for DUI, alcohol less safe, simple battery, family violence, simple battery, family violence. I'm sorry, second simple battery, family violence on the 15th day of April 2024, and you were sentenced to 36 months on probation. You have 22 months and 15 days remaining. Your sentence was told, and this is your third revocation hearing. Sir, you were before this court and you failed to report to probation as on March 20, April 24th, April 28th, and May 14th of 2025. You last reported on March 27th of 2025. You failed to provide proof of completing a clinical evaluation. You failed to provide proof of completing an anger management program. You failed to comply with counseling. You were supposed to do a certified family violence intervention program course. You failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. That you tested positive for alcohol on April 10th, 2025, and it was confirmed on April 14th. You failed to attend community support meetings, particularly for the cessation of alcohol abuse, and you were ordered to do one meeting per week. You failed to pay as instructed in your $2,860 in arrears. So, Ms. Tortorello, you said what aren't you stipulating to? Let's talk about that.
Well, I could go over that with you, Your Honor. So for failure to report, my client is adamant that he did not miss reporting. In fact, Your Honor, he not only did not miss his reporting to his probation officer, but he never failed to appear for his random screens, Your Honor. As far as the the clinical evaluation, failure to complete clinical evaluation, P.O. Carmichael was aware that Mr. Williams was going to do it through Fulton County. And it's my understanding that P.O. Carmichael was also in communications with his probation and Fulton County regarding the substance abuse and evaluation requirement of his probation, that he was on his way to do that in Fulton County. As far as the,
When we say on his way, so he's been on probation since the 15th day of April 2024. How far was he going? What was he taking? He was walking? Well, why was it taking so long to get this done?
I know I'm not aware of why my client can probably go through that with you, Your Honor, but what I am aware is that he was taking steps to get that done, and he was already in conversation with Fulton County to get that done.
Yeah, I be in conversation about winning the lottery. I am often in conversation about winning the lottery. But is that going to happen? Probably not. So they had a whole year to converse about getting this stuff done, but it hasn't been done.
And Your Honor, he just advised me that he did do that evaluation earlier this year through Fulton County.
Did he provide proof to Clayton County?
Mr. Officer Carmichael spoke personally with my probation officer that I have in Fulton County for my family children. They both was in communication the whole time.
Okay, that's not what I asked you. Did you provide proof to Mr. Carmichael that you did the clinical evaluation? Like, did you bring him a piece of paper or a certificate or something?
I had, when I explained that I took the clinical evaluation, she told me to have her call him and just tell him that it was verified that I did it. So they spoke on the phone personally, and she gave him verification on the phone.
Mr. Carmichael?
Yes, Your Honor. While I did speak with his probation officer in Fulton County, I did specifically ask him to bring me proof, a physical copy, so I can have that for my documentation. However, he never sent me anything or provided proof.
Yeah, because it's not Mr. Carmichael's responsibility, even if he says, well, I'm going to call and talk to them, but it's not his responsibility to document your file. That's your responsibility. That's why I ask you to bring proof of having attended.
I understand. And when she explained to him on the phone that day that it wasn't a physical paper, and so that's why she told him, like she said,
Nobody wrote down anything.
She told him if she needed to write something to send something over, she would do it, but it wasn't no physical paper to send him over. That's why they spoke in person. And I told him that. That's why I had him talk to her.
All right, what's the next thing, Mr. Torello?
What was that? I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What's the next thing that you're disputing?
Yes, failure to comply with counseling as far as his family violence intervention program requirement, Your Honor. Since it takes longer to complete, my understanding is that probation, Clayton County probation did advise my client to do that family violence intervention program first, and then focus on the anger management. My client did take substantial steps as he did sign up and provide down payment for classes, and probation is also aware of this.
Okay, I'm doing the math. So he's got 22 months and 15 days remaining. 36 months minus 22 months leaves me with like 14 and a half months that he didn't do what I asked him to do. Everybody can take substantial steps, but he's wasting my time. He's wasting his time.
And
has he completed, let's ask this question. Has he completed anything to completion? Or even when you say substantial steps, you're talking about getting signed up. I'm talking about how many classes has he taken of any kind?
Every time, I gotta keep going over. Just right now, I gotta keep going over.
My client has advised that he was about to take the classes, but he got locked up for this. He was incarcerated for.
He hasn't been in jail 14 months. Mr. Williams, you have great counsel, and she's very compassionate and really wants to advocate on your behalf. But I'm done, sir.
I just want to explain.
No. You're one of the you have 36 months before me. There is nobody else on my calendar who has 36 months. I can pretty much tell you, any of the probation officers can tell you, Mr. Carmichael, do you know of anybody else I have who I'm spending 3 years in a relationship with?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so it's you. So sir, if you're not gonna do what I need you to do, then I don't need to waste my time.
And
I'm sure the sheriff will make room for you. You already juggling probations in Fulton and Clayton. I'm trying to accommodate you, but everything is on somebody else. I'm making substantial steps. I'm trying to get there. I did it, but Mr. Carmichael needs to call. It's not his responsibility. How old are you, sir?
I'm 37 years old, y'all.
Man up. Man up.
I never honestly said that he's supposed to call anyone. I'm
Sir,
serious.
forget that. You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything but test positive for alcohol. That's the only positive thing you've done. You tested positive for alcohol. You haven't contributed in any way to the arrears you owe. You haven't done any classes. You can't show me not one class you've completed. You just taken substantial steps. You can take all the steps you want to, but you don't have anything to show me that you have completed anything. You failed to report. Oh, I never failed to report. I've been going. Okay, well, if you don't report on the days when they tell you to report, it is a failure to report because they set times for you to report. You don't report as you want to report. You report as they tell you to. Number one. Number two, clinical evaluation. They got to call and figure out if you did the clinical evaluation. Number three, anger management. Anger management's a short course. You didn't do that. Number four, certified family violence intervention program. We're talking 14 months now that you have wasted. You didn't do that. The attending of AA meetings per week. You haven't shown proof of having done that.
Your Honor, if I may, he does not deserve to be in jail for 12 months. And he is an addict, Your Honor. Your Honor, if I may.
He's an addict, but Miss Tortorello, it is not even about the testing positive for alcohol. What I'm asking is, he hasn't done anything else. He has done nothing.
I understand, Your Honor. I'm not
one thing.
I understand, Your Honor, but because of his addiction, he's been going through community support groups. And he is trying, Your Honor.
Where's his proof, Ms. Tortorello? Do you have a paper from him or from anybody that shows he's been going?
I believe Officer Carmichael does have paperwork that he has been going.
Mr. Carmichael, how many AA meetings has he done in the 22 in the however many months, 12 months, 14 months, whatever?
I only have a total of all the reports. I have only 4 proofs that he's been attending AA meetings, but ever since he's not reported, I've not received any proof.
What's the recommendation, Mr. Carmichael?
So, Your Honor, in regards to that, the last time he he went to his revocation for the second one, you stated that he if he were to come before you again, he would have to serve the remaining balance. But I wanted to do 12 months.
All right, that works. Okay, so yeah. So we'll do 12 months and then see if you're ready for probation when you come back out.
Your Honor, if the state may be heard.
You may.
Your Honor, I know that there are special provisions in the statute for folks with substance use disorder. The state would be amenable to releasing him to an inpatient facility for whatever the balance of that 12 months is once he gets accepted to an inpatient facility. but the state would not be amenable to him being released any earlier in the 12 months for any other reason.
I got it. I'm fine with that.
I guess, Your Honor, so you're saying 12 months of jail time for his 2 cases?
Mm-hmm. And he's going to return to probation after that.
Your Honor, I just want to say that I understand you made your ruling, Your Honor. But how is jail going to help my client? How is 12
him being on the street ain't helping, Miss Tortorello? He hasn't done anything. I've given him the opportunity to be out here on the street. This is his third probation revocation hearing. In the previous two, he didn't even say, well, this judge is kind of crazy. Let me go get in some more AA meetings, or let me go at least get my anger management done because that's quick. Let me go bring paperwork for this thing, or not one thing. All he's managed to do is drink again. And so, Mr. Torello, I just really don't I don't know that I'm supposed to be helping him. The sentence is supposed to be punishing him for what he did. I gave him the opportunity to be out on the street and not in the jail. And I said, look, let's go. We're going to work with you. We're going to give you the opportunity to do counseling. We're going to give you the opportunity to go to a community support program for the cessation of your addiction. We're going to do all those things. And this is the third time he's been before me and hasn't done as my grandparents would say, a blessed thing. And so because of that, you can beg all you want, but I have decided, case closed, no more talking. Let me just type this up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, I'm sending the order over.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who's this?
Judge, this is Brandon Lanier Turner.
All right, so Mr. Turner, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Turner, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Brandon Lanier Turner, 2021 CR 08044. You were before this court and entered a plea to DUI alcohol less safe on the 10th day of March 2025, sentenced to 12 months on probation. This is your second hearing. You have 5 months and 17 days remaining. It stated that you have you've failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for cocaine, and cocaine is making a comeback. Man, I've had more people test for cocaine in this last 6 months than I've had in the last 4 years. So you tested positive for cocaine and THC on July 31st, 2025. You failed to report on June 24th, July 23rd, August 28th, and September 2nd of 2025. You last reported on September 3rd of 2025. You failed to document proof of participating in an ASAM level 1 long-term substance abuse treatment program. You failed to complete community service. You were told to do 40 hours, you documented 22 hours, and you failed to pay. You're currently $755 in arrears. Mr. Lynch?
Judge, so we are stipulating to the violations. We're not, he's not denying that. But what I would point out as far as the violation for failure to comply with counseling, failure to document proof of participating in an ASAM level long-term substance abuse program. It may be true that he hasn't documented that, but he has signed up for the class. And even, have you started it? No. So he has signed up for it, Judge. And so he is trying to get that condition satisfied. And
This is his second hearing, and he has 5 months and 17 days remaining. This is an addiction issue. I get it. But, sir, what have you been doing for the 7 months or 6.5 months that you were on probation already?
I mean, I've been doing the community service like a little bit at a time, but I live in Alabama. So when on the days that I haven't been like reporting and stuff like that, it's kind of like I get scheduled on times that I have to like work or like come in the morning after working. And so those would be the
But reasons. Yet you had time to attend a cocaine and marijuana party.
Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, here's the thing. So you understand that complying with the terms and conditions of probation will keep you out of jail, and yet this is your second hearing, and here you are testing positive for cocaine. What, Miss? Is this Miss Chang? Miss Chang, what was on the first hearing?
The first hearing, Your Honor, the violation was that he tested positive for cocaine and alcohol on March 26th, and that he had failed to complete the clinical evaluation. And he was, the hearing was held on April 29th. 6 days was revoked, returned to probation, test each report, attend one AA or NA meeting per week, and complete the evaluation by May the 10th.
How many of the community support meetings has he attended? You got any?
The last date was July 28th. The last date documented.
Does he have?
I'd have to go back and see how many total.
Has it been regular attendance or hit or miss?
So from May 14th, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. That was 9. Let me see if there's another.
So, but it does not look like he's going once a week.
Pretty much, yes.
All right, Mr. Lanier, let's talk turkey. You're an addict. Can we acknowledge that?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, shoot. Every time you come back, you've been to a cocaine party. What we gonna do? What's the plan?
I can answer that for him. What he's going to do, and I would maybe the one positive we can find in this is that there wasn't an additional positive for alcohol, which may not be, which obviously cocaine, marijuana is just a big issue. But I think what he's going to do is continue to attend those AA meetings. He's going to complete that substance abuse long-term treatment that he signed up for, and he's going to stay clean for the remainder of the time that he is on probation. I think
that was a wonderful aspirational speech, Mr. Lynch. Beautiful, beautifully spoken, so eloquent. He ain't gonna do none of that. As soon as he gets out, he gonna find the nearest cocaine purveyor. He's gonna use his last money because he hasn't been working, and he's gonna buy that cocaine. And please don't tell me somebody gave you the cocaine for free, because people don't do that. They're not that generous. They might give you the first taste, but I know how the streets work. Once they get you hooked, they don't just give out free cocaine. Cocaine making a comeback. They got to build that customer base. So yeah, that's not happening. What you do for a living?
I'm a LPN.
A who?
LPN.
You work in a hospital with drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh no. Oh no. No. What's the recommendation, Ms. Chang?
Your Honor, we were recommending credit for time served since September 3rd. That's 13 days. Continue on probation.
Your
Honor,
we're working in a hospital, Mr. Lynch, and using cocaine. Okay,
Well-
so we caught him with the cocaine. We don't know what else is going on.
Well, we know there's no alcohol, Judge, and he did.
Well,
sign
he switched it out for marijuana.
There's
He's a
not-
multi-substance
there's no
abuser.
arrest for, driving, and obviously attending the AA meetings, Judge, signing
Which
up.
he
for the
hasn't been
program.
attending weekly as I ordered.
Yeah, I've been going weekly. I go every Monday and Wednesday opposite because of my work schedule. Every Monday and Wednesday.
Every Monday and Wednesday?
I probably miss maybe like once or twice. For maybe like my mom's birthday week or something like that. But other than that, I go every
So
Monday.
for her birthday week, you couldn't go to AA in any time during her birthday week?
No, I just was the birthday was in Atlanta. I live in Montgomery. So I just
They
didn't
have
go.
meetings here.
They do. But I mean, it wasn't like my.
See, here's the thing, Mr. Turner. You're not committed to sobriety yet. You're not there yet. Because a person who's committed to sobriety, they're not gonna just, well, I took the week off for my mama's birthday, and then they pop up with cocaine again. Somebody who's committed to sobriety is gonna go to a meeting every time that thought pops into their head. Hey, I'm at work. I'm thinking about cocaine. Can I call my sponsor? I'm gonna take a break. Hey, listen, you're my sponsor. I'm calling because, man, I can't stop thinking about cocaine, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna use once I get off work. Or I'm coming to Atlanta for my mama's birthday. I gotta find a meeting before I get to Atlanta so I can make sure I can go to a meeting. So I'm not just hanging out with my people and celebrating inappropriately. I need to know that I'm gonna have the support of my recovery group. You're not there yet. You have not yet decided to choose sobriety. In fact, you don't even think you have a problem. You think I'm telling you have a problem, but you don't think you have a problem. You have not really accepted the fact that you're an addict. But I tell you what, I wouldn't spend time in jail, especially not the Clayton County Jail, and risk that for any other reason than my addiction has me in such a chokehold that I can't resist it. I would do everything in my power not to come back before this crazy judge because it's, why should I keep doing the same thing over and over again? Now, people go to AA because the court is making you go, but you haven't embraced the recovery. You haven't embraced the idea of being sober and living that way because you're an addict. You got 5 months and if I let you back out, you're going to mess up all 5 months. You're not going to do what's necessary. Because the fact that you could tell me, oh yeah, I skipped AA meetings so I could come to Atlanta and party for my mother's birthday.
I mean, I wasn't saying it like that.
That's the way I heard it.
But
That is what I heard.
yeah. But you asked about the reason that I missed the time is because
Well, you shouldn't have missed. They have meetings everywhere. They shouldn't have. If you were committed to recovery, they have meetings everywhere. How many days you got sober? The last time you went to a meeting, how many days could you count sober? You don't even know.
Probably about a month now because I've been here 2 weeks.
In recovery would know
I've been here 2 weeks.
No, somebody who's in recovery would know exactly how many days they have sober. They would know exactly the number of days since the last time they used, because they would have to go to an AA meeting and talk about it. They give you chips for it. So yeah, I'm not convinced. Yeah, what was the recommendation?
13 days, credit for time served.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna need another month. And he's gonna be back on probation.
So you're saying you're revoking 30 days?
And he's coming back.
Revoke 30 days, credit for time served, return to probation? Is that the?
I'm gonna do 30 days. Once he's done the 30 days, he's gonna serve the 30 days. Then he's gonna come back. Y'all are playing with me, and I'm just done. I'm tired of putting addicts back out on the street. People who don't even acknowledge that they have a problem. You think you don't have a problem. And that's a problem for me because as long as you think you don't have an addiction problem, then you're going to go out there and be in them people's hospital high as a kite and messing up. And so, no, at some point, somebody's got to hold you accountable.
Understood.
But does he understand?
I think he does, Judge.
Okay, and so here's the thing, Mr. Turner. If we go to a third hearing, I'm just revoking the balance. Whatever the balance is, I'm revoking all of it. We clear? I can already tell you. We clear? Don't do a third hearing with me, okay? All right, bless your heart. So for somebody to advise that you need the ASAM continuing treatment classes, that means you're an addict and you probably, I mean, me just saying it, you just gonna ignore the fact that I'm saying it because what do I know? But you've had a clinical evaluation and they are saying it too. And you just don't get it because you are in denial instead of in true recovery. And so think about while you're in the Clayton County Jail, think about what you need to do to turn your life around to get into true recovery. Because you want to be looking for cocaine for the rest of your life, in and out of jails for the rest of your life. Eventually, they're going to drug test you on your job, and you're going to lose that and won't be able to get another one. Are you hearing me, Mr. Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff.
Your Honor, if you'll report to probation within 48 hours of his release.
All right, you heard it. Don't miss your probation reports. That's the quickest way to get rearrested.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, who's next?
Your Honor, that's all I have this morning.
Yes, ma'am. You're free to go. Thank you.
I had a question about, sent a chat regarding Mr. Brick's case.
Okay.
You may not have.
Let me see.
I wanted to tell you.
Is that mom about to leave the courtroom?
Yes, Judge, that's mom.
Hold this gentleman for a minute. I want to talk to mom.
All right.
Oh, no, yeah, no H and V. Go ahead. I'll yeah, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am, your son has an addiction issue. As a family, have y'all considered that?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, we considered an intervention, and he probably needs to check into a facility rather than an outpatient.
So he has a job. You can't really tell him what to do because he's grown, but he has a
That don't
job.
happen anymore since he's been MIA for 2 weeks.
I got that. But he has to get himself clean because he's on cocaine and people are substituting fentanyl for cocaine. They're adulterating drugs in so many different ways that he'll be looking for what he thinks is one thing and he'll get something else.
I
And there's
agree.
too many people who come out on the wrong side of that. And so there's an organization called the Al-Anon, um, and it's a organization that supports the families of people with addiction.
Right.
And so you may want to get some information from them. But yeah, if you all as a family could encourage him to get into a residential treatment program, at least for the short term, that might help him get on track. But he is so young to have his life thrown away for cocaine
I know.
and to have,
What's ahead of him?
so, but I just,
We lost
y'all
his brother
trying.
a while back, and I think he kind of flipped out about that. When
I get that. Usually when somebody has something where it goes out of control and they've been going along and they are functioning, but then it starts to go out of control. Usually I find there's two things. It's trauma or grief.
Yeah.
So if they can get treatment for the trauma and the grief, that helps with them fighting the addiction.
I agree.
So just, just some thoughts, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I
All
understand.
right. All right, thank you.
So he has.
Yes, ma'am, you're free to go. The next gentleman is who we got next?
Mr. Eubanks.
Okay.
I know, I don't. I just.
So, Mr. Eubanks, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly, that's fine. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. Speak up for me.
I said, yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Eubanks, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Johnny Lamont Eubanks, 2025 CR 05739. You were before this court convicted of theft by shoplifting, or you took a plea to theft by shoplifting on July 1st, 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 8 months and 22 days remaining. Says that you failed to report on July 16th and July 29th, and that you never actually reported for your probation to start, and that you were arrested on August 2nd for criminal trespass and obstruction of an officer in Gwinnett County, that you failed to provide proof of completing 80 hours of community service, that you failed to get the anti-theft course, and you failed, and you're currently $220 in arrears. So, Mr. Lynch, on behalf of Mr. Eubanks, what's going on?
Judge, we are stipulating to the violations in this case. I do think he probably had some housing issues, some issues with transportation, perhaps wasn't the best probation candidate, Judge. But at this time, we are going to ask the court to accept the recommendation from Mr. Carmichael.
Mr. Carmichael, what's the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Probation recommends that the defendant serves 90 days. He be given credit for time served. Mr. Eubanks was locked up last month on the 23rd, and then case closed.
Okay. How much time did he spend in Gwinnett?
23 days.
He's indicating 23 days, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I have defendant shall serve 90 days with credit since lockup. After service of 90 days, Gwinnett County jail time may also be included. Defendant shall be released and case closed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Your Honor,
Yes,
that was my last case. May I be excused?
yes, Mr. Carmichael, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a great day.
All right, so who's next? We have remaining, we needed a conference for Morton. Perez is going to be a plea. Porter Terry's is a plea. Speaks plea. Vasquez plea. Williams, and Woods.
Yes, Judge. We are ready on Porter. We can do Perez.
Right.
I think Ms. Tortorella has already or is currently speaking to Morton, so we can
Okay.
just
give me.
Still have Henry from the arraignment calendar.
Oh, yeah, can we do Miss Henry?
Yes, we're ready.
All right, Miss Henry, I'm sorry. Miss Henry, you're before the court on. All right, Ms. Henry, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Zalundria. Anita Henry, 2021 CR 06673. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on proper lane change. No tag, expired or invalid tag, count 2. And no insurance, count 3.
Yes.
All right. So by entering, Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she's going to ask the court to take a no-low plea to count 1 and to count 3. It'll be a guilty plea to count 2.
By entering a plea of no low to counts 1 and 3 and a guilty plea to count 2, you give up the right to have the trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis.
Your Honor. Your Honor, on July 31st of 2021, officers with Clayton County PD responded to an accident at I-285 near Old Dixie Road. It was determined that the defendant before you, Ms. Henry, did drive her vehicle, did operate her motor vehicle on a stretch of roadway that was clearly divided into 2 or more clearly marked lanes, but did not drive as nearly as practicable within a single lane, causing an accident. It was further determined that Ms. Henry did not have valid insurance on her vehicle at the time. Your Honor, state's recommendation for count 1 will be a $100 fine.
Okay.
And for count 3 will be a $200.
What's for count 2?
I'm sorry, count 3 will be a $200 fine. Excuse me, count 2 is no profit.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right, so by entering a plea of no low to counts 1 and 3, count 2 will be no pros. A sentence you on count 1 to pay a fine in the amount of $100. It'll be $151.50 with the surcharges. On count 2, it's a fine of $200. That'll be $298 and with the surcharges. And did you wish to pay that within the next 60 days or 30 days?
The next 60 days.
All right. So now here's the thing, Ms. Henry. If somebody hit your car and they didn't have insurance and they weren't able to fix it through insurance, you would be hot mad. if you were injured and the person didn't have insurance and you weren't able to recover for your injuries caused to you, you would be really, really upset. Think about the fact that when you hit the road and you cause an accident, I have seen people who they lose their vehicle, they lose their job. They lose their job, they lose their house. It is a domino effect. And so you could cause somebody to be homeless merely by hitting their car and not being able to give them the money to fix it. You
Yes,
understand?
ma'am.
Do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want to put somebody in that place?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then you need insurance. If you operate a vehicle, everything needs to be done. Your registration needs to be done. Your decal needs to be on. Your insurance needs to be current. Are we clear? And it's not an excuse that you didn't have the money. Then you don't drive. You find
Yeah.
Marty, you do something else, but you don't drive without insurance. We clear?
Yeah, we're clear. Is there a way I can explain what happened?
That you didn't have insurance? You can
The
explain that?
I
I don't
didn't.
care about the accident. People have accidents. I've had accidents. But the fact that you don't have insurance when you have an accident, that's the issue I have. I don't care about how you had the accident.
Yeah, and then, but it wasn't my car. I had no idea about insurance or anything.
Here's the thing. When you borrow somebody else's car, you got to ask questions because if they don't have it, you don't have it. And when the police pull you over, if you're behind the wheel, you're responsible. If there's a kilo of cocaine in the back of the car, you're responsible until they figure it out. We clear?
Okay, okay.
Your car, your responsibility. Somebody else's car, your responsibility. There's no excuse. Okay? All right, so I'm going to give you 60 days in which to pay both of the fines and fees. Do not miss the deadline because I have a calendar yesterday where people who miss that deadline, if they don't pay, they could have an arrest warrant issued against.
Okay. So
All
how
right.
much is all of that together?
Y'all want me to do math? That's going to be $398.
300. Okay.
Oh, no, it's going to be more than that because it's 50 carry to one. That's going to be we're looking at 450. Let's go with that.
And who do that? Do I pay that too?
Okay, they're gonna send you. Mr. Lynch, you have her email address?
I think she sent it to me. Yes, I can send it to Ms.
Mr.
Wright.
Lynch is gonna send your email address to the court's clerk, Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda's gonna send you out and all the information you need to pay and pay on time. You can come and pay in person at the Justice Center in Clayton County on Terra Boulevard. What is that noise? On Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia, or you can pay online or by phone, but read the instructions carefully about paying online or by phone.
Okay. And is there do I have to pay? Well, if I'm not able to pay all that at one time, do y'all do payment arrangements?
If you come in person, you can. You can come in person and pay partial payments, but it all has to be paid by the 60th day.
Okay, by the 60th day. Okay, and I put my email. I think this is my right email down there. I put that Henry's Andrea 6 at gmail.com.
All right.
Well,
So
all right.
Ms. Wright is gonna send it. She's got it. Ms. Wright is gonna send that information to you. If you don't see it in the next day or so, then make sure you check your spam folder, okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And be safe out there, Miss. Okay?
All right.
All right.
All right. You all too. Thank you for everything. Appreciate that.
Thank you. That concludes the arraignment calendar. We're gonna go back to the jail calendar. Give me a minute and we'll bring up the next person.
And Judge, we're gonna do Ms. Perez if we can. Well, okay. Yeah, we can do them next. But Ms. McKnight, her case got continued a week. I mean, I'll tell her, but. Yeah, we're gonna get to you in just a moment.
All right, and this is Mr. Perez.
No, Judge, I'm sorry. This is not Mr. Perez. This is Mr. Porter, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Porter. Terry's.
All right, Mr. Porter, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on 2025 CR 08270 Alexander Porter Terry's false report of a crime. We are represented by Attorney Owen Lynch. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
No contest, Judge.
All right, by pleading nolo to false report of a crime, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. Give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Hold on one second. Your Honor, may I just have one moment with Mr. Porter?
Sure.
Judge, we're ready to go forward.
All right, Mr. Porter, did you understand all of your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On December 6th of 2024, officers with the Forest Park Police Department responded to the Economy Hotel located at 241 Falcon Drive in response to a call about 2 stolen guns. It was determined that the defendant before you, Mr. Porter, had informed officers that he was staying in room 375 and had had 2 guns stolen from him earlier that day. It was determined later that he, in fact, had not had those guns stolen, and that he was actually staying in room 241 with his mother. Let's see.
All right. Recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. And the recommendation is a $200 fine suspended.
All right. So anything on behalf of Mr. Porter Terry's, Mr. Lynch?
Not at this time, Judge. We're just asking the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. So I'm going to accept the plea, sent you to $200 fine. That will be suspended for credit for time served. All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
You're good to go. Correct.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, no, I was apologizing for sighing.
Oh,
Excuse me, Judge, that was a NOLO?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a she. Yep. Okay. Let me just finish. And I did steal your pen, but I'll give it back.
All right, who's next?
Judge, they're grabbing Miss Perez. Sitting right next to me, Miss Perez.
Raise your right hand for me, ma'am. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. This is Miss Ismaili Perez. Did I say that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're before the court on 2025 CR 08304 for pedestrian soliciting. You're also before the court on 2025 CR 08305 for drug objects. You're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch for both cases. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, she's asking the court to take no low pleas for both cases.
All right, so the court will accept a no low plea on the case ending in 08304 and 08305. By entering those pleas, ma'am, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please. Mr. Tipton, are you muted?
My apologies, Your Honor. I thought I was on invisible. Had already started my factual basis. Your Honor, on April 5th of 2025, deputies with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department made contact with the defendant before you, Ms. Ismaili Perez, who was soliciting work on the highways of Georgia. Ms. Perez was witnessed soliciting on the exit ramp of I-75 South with a cardboard sign reading, "I'm homeless, laid off work, need help with food and shelter, God bless." Your Honor, state's recommendation in this case is 12 months served 2 days, bound suspended upon no new violations of criminal law.
Okay. Next case.
Yes, Your Honor. Regarding case ending in 8305, on August 25th, on August 19th of 2025, officers with the Morrow Police Department made contact with the defendant before you, Ms. Ismaili Perez, while investigating a disturbance in the parking lot of 6597 Jonesboro Road in Morrow, which is the Equality Inn. It was determined that Ms. Perez had on her person a glass pipe commonly used for the purpose of introducing crack cocaine into the human body. State's recommendation in this case, Your Honor, is a suspended fine of $200.
All right, $200 suspended, time served. All right, anything, Mr. Lynch?
Judge, we just asked that the court accept the recommendations as provided by the state, give her credit for the time she served. Yes, Judge, nothing further.
All right, so Ms. Perez, I'm going to accept your plea on 2025 CR 08304. NOLO, 12 months to serve 2 days, balance suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Also on case 2025CR08305. I'll accept your plea of nolo, a $200 fine, which will be suspended for credit for time served. Ms. Perez, if you need any help transitioning back out of jail, please make sure you ask to speak to the chaplains at the jail to see if they have any information that could assist you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself, ma'am. All right.
Judge, we could do Miss Woods next. And
whoever you bring out.
And Judge, I just wanted to, however you want to do this, but okay, all right. I can see. So Judge, on one of Miss Woods' cases, she does have a co-defendant, Mr. Griffin, who's on the same accusation. We also have a negotiated plea. So I don't know whether you want to take those pleas at the same time or do them back to back.
We can do it back to back.
Okay. All right. We'll do Miss Woods first.
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Woods.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. So raise your right hand for me.
My right hand.
All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ms. Woods, you're before the court on two cases. You can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2025 CR 08292. That's for drug objects. On case 2025 CR 08293, no signal, improper turn, and no license address change within 30 days of moving into the state. Mr. Lynch, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, on the drug object case, it's a no contest plea. For the traffic cases, no license within 30 days, and the improper turn signal is going to be guilty pleas on both counts.
All right, so by entering a plea of nolo on the case 2025 CR 08292 and guilty to both offenses on case 2025 CR 08293, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to have the to not incriminate yourself or present any evidence or testimony against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's the basis recommendation for each case.
And Judge, we don't mind stipulating to a factual basis.
All right, we can stipulate. What's the recommendation on case ending in 08292?
Your Honor, that's going to be 12 months to serve, 26 days, credit for time served, and a suspended fine of $200.
All right. And on the case ending in 028293?
Your Honor, that's going to be suspended fines for both charges, $100 for charge 1 and $100 for count 2. That's going to be suspended for the time she spent in jail, which was 26 days.
All right, what's the amounts? I'm sorry, it went out when you were saying that.
Excuse me, Your Honor. $100 on each count.
Okay, all right. So, Ms. Woods, I'm going to accept your pleas on these two cases. On the case 2025 CR 08292, a nolo plea, 12 months, 26 days, credit for time served, balance suspended, and a $200 fine suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. To run concurrent with that is case 2025 CR 08293. For each of the cases, count 1 is a $100 fine suspended for each of the offenses, and count 2 is a $100 fine suspended.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. Ms. Woods, if you need assistance, please ask to speak to a chaplain in the jail before you are released, so that they may have, so that you might be able to get some information about housing or some short-term assistance to help you transition back out. Okay.
I have a, I've been here. I have a Georgia ID.
Okay.
I do have a Georgia's ID, so I do have an address.
All right, so just make sure that instead of presenting any other ID, you present your Georgia ID, okay, if you need it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take care of yourself, Ms. Woods. All right, so we have Morton Speaks, Vasquez, Williams left.
Judge, I got Mr. Griffin here. If we go ahead and do that. That's the same,
That's fine.
case number 2025 CR 08292.
All right, Mr. Griffin, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand out. You're before the court on 2025 CR 08292. Is Mr. Griffin also charged with drug objects?
Yes, Judge, he is.
All right, so Mr. Griffin, you're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch, conflict waived.
Yes, Judge, he actually has signed a conflict waiver, although, well, that's all I'll say. I don't think there's actually a direct conflict here, but he signed a waiver nonetheless. He understands the potential conflict.
All right, that's fine. So, Mr. Griffin, what is your client what kind of plea does he wish to enter to this offense?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, sir, by entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We can stipulate, I'm fine with that. What's the recommendation, Mr. Tipton?
Your Honor, it's a suspended fine of $200.
Right, $200 fine, suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. Mr. Griffin, you're free to go at this time. Thank you for coming in to resolve this.
Judge, if I can get Mr. Griffin's first name, please.
Sorry.
It's
Go
Michael.
Michael Scott Griffin. Michael spelled the usual way, Michael. Scott with 2 T's.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Last name Griffin with 2 F's.
Okay, so speaks Vasquez and Williams.
And I do think, Judge, you did mention you wanted to have a conference about the individual in the hospital.
Yeah.
Last name starts with an M.
You want to do that now?
And we can do it now, or we can take.
Is there anybody else in the courtroom?
No, Judge, I believe courtroom's empty other than the deputies and my Ms. Tortorello and
Okay, so let me do the breakout room so we can have Mr. Tipton.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you all break up.
Probably need to spray me.
Oh, Lord, what are y'all spraying? Never mind. I got you. All right, Mr. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
She not back.
Judge, we were just hanging in that breakout room a little extra long. Just wanted to make sure you weren't waiting on us.
No, I'll be there in a minute.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who's next? Are we ready? Where's the courtroom?
Looks like they've left the building.
They can't. They're not allowed. Oh, hold on a second. We're ready to go forward. Come out of the breakout room, please. They went back in the breakout room. All right, who's next?
Can you bring out Speaks? Miss
Speaks.
Our apologies, Your Honor. We were under the impression that you wanted to meet us back in the breakout room. So we stepped. So, yeah, so our apologies.
Thank you, no problem.
And Ms. Tortorella, I'm going to send you a chat real quick just to confirm something.
Okay.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you follow the other hand? Do you swear or affirm the other hand?
Right. This one.
Yeah. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. And this is who?
Miss Jessica Speaks, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Speaks, you're before the court, state of Georgia versus Miss Jessica Speaks, 2025 CR 08435. for loitering or prowling and drug-related objects. Ms. Speaks, you're represented by Attorney Tortorello, who's with you. Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Yes, Your Honor, she's going to plead nolo to both loitering or prowling and drug-related objects.
All right, so by entering a plea of nolo to counts 1 and 2, you give up the right to have a trial by a jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony or any evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Defense stipulates to the facts.
Okay, recommendation, please.
Your Honor, it's going to be 12 months to serve 37 days, credit for time served, balance suspended upon do not return to the incident location and no further violations of criminal law. The incident location is 3907 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park, Georgia. That is a McDonald's restaurant located on Jonesboro Road in Forest Park.
All right. And this will run concurrent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Speaks, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo to counts 1 and 2. Count 2 will run concurrent with count 1. The sentence will be the same for both. 12 months to serve 37 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to the McDonald's at 3907 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park, Georgia, Clayton County, and that you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. All right, ma'am, talk to a chaplain, and they may help you with some transitional things when you get out of jail, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care of yourself, ma'am.
I get out today?
I believe so.
Can you bring out Vasquez, please?
All right, is this Mr. Vasquez or Mr. Williams?
Vasquez, Your Honor, yes.
All right, so Mr. Vasquez, you're before the court 2022 CR 03167. Raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Alfredo Vasquez, you're before the court on battery family violence count 1, battery count 2, simple battery family violence count 3, simple battery count 4, cruelty to a children or to a witness count 5. And that's on the case 202 CR 03167. On the case 2022 CR 01033, you're before the court for simple battery family violence count 1, simple battery count 2, and criminal trespass count 3. Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court? We can start with the one ending in 01033.
Your Honor, he would be pleading nolo to counts 1 and 3.
Okay, count 2 will merge. All right, and on the case ending 03167, what does your client plead to those offenses?
Yes, Your Honor, for count 1, that will be a guilty plea. Counts 2 through 4 will merge, and then count 5, my understanding is the state will be no crossing that one.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo to counts 1 and 3 on the case ending in 01033, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1 and counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge. Count 5 will be no pros. On the case ending in 03167, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Beginning with case ending in 3167, on May 15th of 2021, officers with the Clayton County Police, bless you, Your Honor, with the Clayton County Police Department responded to 7597 Old South Lane in Jonesboro, Georgia. There they made contact with the victim, Miss Diana, Diana Martinez, Martinez. It was determined, and they observed visible swelling of her face consistent with being hit with a closed fist. They determined during the course of the investigation that the defendant before you, Mr. Vasquez, who was living at the location at the time, did strike her in the face, causing a swelling of her left cheek. Your Honor, state's recommendation in this case is for count 1 to be 12 months to serve. I'm sorry, Ms. Tortorella, how long had he been in jail? I did not write that.
9 days, correct?
12 months to serve, 9 days, credit for time served, balance probated, a $300 fine, and family violence intervention program. Your Honor, regarding case ending in 1033, on November 29th of 2021, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to 7908 Scarlet Drive in Jonesboro, Georgia. Upon arrival, they made contact with both the defendant and the victim in this case, the victim being Miss Diana, Diana Martinez, Martinez, the same victim from the prior case. It was determined that the offender before you, Mr. Vasquez, did make insulting or provoking physical contact with her by kicking her in the stomach using both of his feet. Count 1 will be an additional $300 fine, no contact with the victim. Miss Martinez, count 2 will merge into count 1, and count 3 will be a $500 fine. Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Your Honor, you're muted.
We're just giving fines for kicking people in the stomach and for victimizing the same person twice?
Your Honor, we were the big focus we wanted to have was keeping Mr. Vasquez and Miss Martinez separated. We also wanted to have him do the family violence intervention program under the initial case. If the state understands that the court does not wish to accept that to negotiation.
And Your Honor, my understanding is that the alleged victim has moved on, and so has my client. She's been remarried. They have had no contact since 2021, Your Honor. Also, he doesn't agree with the facts that were presented before you, but he is he believes it's in his best interest to move forward with this plea.
All right, on the case 2022 CR 03167, I'll send you on I'm sorry, 2022 CR 01033. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 9 days, credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $300. It's going to be $444 total with the surcharges, and to take a family violence intervention program. It's a 24-week course. If you mess up more than 3 times, they'll make you start it all over again. On the case 2022 CR 03167, on count 1, it'll be a $300 fine, and that's to run concurrent with the case ending in 01033. Count 2 is going to be merge. Count 3 is a $500 fine, and that will run concurrent with count 1, which will also run concurrent with the case 2022 CR 01033. All right.
Your Honor, just to make clear, for the case number ending in 03167, count 5 was no cross, so the only count would be count 1. Is that what the court?
I'm sorry. So on the first case, 2022 CR 01033, I have I'm sorry, I got them mixed up. So that's the $300 fine on count 1, the $500 fine on count 3, and that will run concurrent with the case 2022 CR 03167, where the count 1 is a 12-month, 9 days credit for time served. Balance will be probated to pay a fine in the amount of $300 and a family violence intervention program.
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, you can go back. Mr. Vasquez, think carefully about relationships and violence, and how violence never makes a relationship better. It just makes everything worse for everybody. We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. No contact with Diana Martinez.
No, never.
All right. So Morton and Williams.
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you please bring out Morton? Morton. Thank you.
All right. Who's this?
Yes, Your Honor, this is Mr. Darius O'Neill Morton.
All right, Mr. Morton, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. You're before the court on 2025 CR 08375 for battery count 1, simple battery count 2, afraid count 3, and disorderly conduct count 4. Ms. Tortorello is your attorney. Ms. Tortorello, what is your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Your Honor, for count 1, my client is pleading NOLO. My understanding is count 2 will merge, and 3 and 4 are being null crossed.
All right. By internal plea of NOLO to count 1, count 2 will merge. Counts 3, 4 will null cross. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. You understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 3rd of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to the McDonald's located at 5174 Riverdale Road in Atlanta, Georgia, and a portion of Atlanta that's within the boundaries of Clayton County. There it was determined that the defendant before you, Mr. Morton, did engage in a physical altercation with Mr. Laterian, Laterrian, Clemens, Clemons. And during the altercation, he did strike Mr. Clemens, causing visible injuries on his face and eye. State's recommendation, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for time served, balance probated, anger management, probation may suspend upon completion.
All right, Ms. Tortorella.
Oh, and Your Honor, part of the suspension is do not return to the incident location. My apologies.
Okay, where was the incident location again?
That was the McDonald's located at 5174 Riverdale Road in Atlanta. Pardon me for that, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Tortorella.
Yes, Your Honor, only that you accept the plea as negotiated.
Mr. Martin, how old are you?
I am 27.
Okay, do you notice Mr. Clemens?
And Your Honor, just based on the accusation itself, it alleges he struck a Mr. Stanley Dean. So I'm not sure about Mr. Clemens.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. Mr. Clemens was his co-defendant. It's Mr. Dean, excuse me, Stanley.
Okay, do you know Stanley Dean?
No, ma'am, I do not know either one of the individuals listed.
Okay, you just brawling at the McDonald's? What going on?
So I live at a complex close by. So
Mhm.
when I came home, I noticed some people in my apartment. So I just didn't go there, and I didn't have my phone with me because I had lost my phone at Sam's Club Fulfillment Center. So I didn't have anybody to call. So I had just went to the McDonald's nearby, and I had sat there maybe for like an hour to 2 hours and a half, just sitting there or whatever. So all of a sudden I started hearing like arguing and stuff like that going on behind, like I guess like in the back of the restaurant. So I got up because I was sitting on the side. So I got up and I heard my sister's voice in the back of the restaurant saying, "This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing." So I proceeded to walk behind the counter because that's where I heard her voice coming from. So then like the manager, I guess he got like dressed or whatever, he became like agitated. You can't be back here, you can't be back here, which I couldn't. So that's why I backed out from behind the camera.
Does your sister work at the McDonald's?
No, ma'am. My sister is from Alabama, but we have been having like an ongoing family issue. I had accused my mother's husband of sexually assault to my sister, and which he had admitted to back in January. So when I came home and I looked up in my apartment, I assumed that was them in my apartment.
In your apartment. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Martin, I hope y'all get everything worked out. I don't, even if that means you don't have contact, because sometimes that's what's necessary to work out whatever the situation is. I'm going to accept your plea of NOLO, 12 months to serve 45 days, credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to take an anger management class. The quicker you take the anger management class, the sooner you will be off probation. You do have to report to probation as long as you're on probation, but the quicker you take the anger management class and show proof of it, then your probation can terminate. No contact with Stanley Dean. And for the next 12 months, do not go to the McDonald's at 5471 Riverdale Road, Atlanta, Georgia, Clayton County. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Take care, sir. All right. Last case is Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I believe so.
Judge, you're muted if you're intending us to hear.
No, I intended to be muted. Okay, this is Mr. Williams. Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Sir, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Mr. Kaji Jakari Williams, 2025 CR 08373. You're before the court for driving on a suspended or revoked license, count 1. No license, count 2. No insurance, count 3. No tag expired or invalid tag, count 4. Given false name, address, or date of birth, counts 5 and 6. What is your client plead to the offenses before the court, Mr. Lynch?
Judge, count 1 is going to be a guilty plea. Count 2 should merge or would be null prost. Count 3 is going to be a no contest plea. Count 4, I believe the state, that's going to be a guilty plea. And then count 5 will be a nolo plea. And I'm not sure if this, well, it'll be a nolo plea to count 6 if the state's not null prost.
All right. All right, so Mr. Williams, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1 and 4, by entering a plea of nolo to counts 3, 5, and 6, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself, and if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How old are you, sir?
26.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
You're muted, Tipton. Mr. Tipton.
Yes, Your Honor. On August 25th of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Police Department initiated a traffic stop along Highway 42 and Lake Harbin Road here in Clayton County. That vehicle was driven by the defendant for you, Mr. Kaji Williams. It was determined Mr. Williams was driving while his license was suspended, while there was not good insurance on the vehicle, and his tag was expired, which was the basis for the stop. Upon making contact with Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams gave Clayton County Officer D. Brown the name Timothy Sanders and gave the date of birth of August 16th of 1998. Neither of those were his correct information. His true and correct name is Kaji Williams, and his true and correct date of birth is August 21st of 1999. State's recommendation, Your Honor, for count 1 is a $1,000 fine. For count 2 will no cross. Count 3 will be a $200 fine. Count 4 will be a $100 fine. Count 5 and 6 will each be $200 fines, but all fines will be suspended for the 28 days Mr. Williams is spent in jail.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Judge, we just asked the court to accept that recommendation.
Mr. Williams, that's just dumb. I'm probably not supposed to use that word, but you spent 28 days in jail because you can't get your documents right. And you're not responsible enough to where when you get stopped, you're giving somebody else's name and address. Like we can't open phones with our faces and fingerprints. Like they're not going to figure out who you are. Stop doing dumb stuff. You're 26 years old. You are well past the point of being a teenager who makes stupid decisions. I bet you got kids too. That's 26 days you didn't see your kids. 26 days that you risk your job that's supposed to take care of your kids. 26 days that you were in an orange jumpsuit in the Clayton County Jail for foolishness. Absolute foolishness. None of this stuff had to happen. You need to make some better choices, sir. You need to grow up. You acting like you 12. This is 12-year-old stuff. This is 15-year-old stuff. This is I jumped in my mama's car to go joyriding stuff. This is not grown man. I got kids and I got to raise the next generation stuff. Get a grip. I'll send you a $1,000 fine on count 1. Count 2 will be no pros. Count 3 will be a $200 fine. Count 4 will be a $100 fine. Count 5 will be $200 fine. Count 6 will be a $200 fine. Count 3, 4, 5, and 6 will run concurrent with count 1. All of the fines and fees will be suspended for credit for time served for 28 days spent in jail. Sir, please don't let me see you back here.
No problem. You won't now.
Yeah, you say that now, but you make bad decisions. And so hopefully the 28 days has given you an opportunity to start thinking about your life, because that was just dumb. And if you drive a car with no insurance and you hit somebody, then you could cause all kind of cascading effects in their lives. If they can't fix their car because you don't have insurance, they can lose their job. If they lose their job, they can lose their house. Do you want that to happen to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, don't put yourself in the position to do that to somebody else. Start thinking beyond, I got to just get to the store or whatever, wherever you were going. Start thinking beyond that and think about the consequences of your actions. You are grown. Mature, please. I beg you. All right, that's the last case. I'll see y'all later.
Have a good one, Your Honor.
All right, take care.